Dear viewers of the YouTube channel of the Virtual Health Scanner, I am Irina Kogan. Now I will tell you how I took an express test, Colors of My Life, to get rid of psychological stress and stress caused by money problems due to job loss. I am in my office under the tab, the express test of the colors of my life. Before starting the test, I did a psychological audit of my problem. This allowed me to specify the problem and determine its impact on my life. You can read the algorithm of the audit for any problem in your life immediately below this video in your profile of the Virtual Health Scanner service. Now display on the screen the result of the psychological audit, a table describing the impact of the problem on the 9 main areas of my life: health, family, marriage, sex, children, communication, relatives, friends, and colleagues, money, real estate, business, career, social status, spirituality, purpose, the brightness of life, myself. When I test, I will transfer the data from the psychological audit to the virtual scanner to analyze my problem. I also want to get information from the scanner on the impact of the problem on my health. I need to know which body organs are at risk of developing psychosomatic illnesses, how this problem affects my overall health, and how I can reduce my stress and negative feelings. To start the test, you have to click on the button, Start a New Test. When you click on it, the test preparation page will open. It is important to see the instruction video if you are taking the test for the first time. You must also give your date of birth and gender in your profile, as without these data it is impossible to decipher the test and analyze the problem. The Virtual Health Scanner offers a unique wizard tool to create a color chart. We launch it by clicking on the button, Start Constructing the Color Chart. On your screen, you now see the home page of the Color Graph Wizard. The Color Diagram Wizard is easily navigated, with the navigation bar at the top of the tab immediately preceded by 3 arrows indicating the number of test steps. The arrow with the number of the step you are in is highlighted in red. We are now in the first step of the Color Chart Wizard. This step is called My Present Self. The Color Chip Wizard also has a system of shortcuts, a system of hints that refers to you by name and informs you of what you need to do to pass the test. Short hints may not be enough to understand the test task. Full details of the rules for taking the express test are available in the Help section. The Help button is at the bottom left of the color bar. The construction of any psychological problem begins by coloring the center circle of the color chart. The circle symbolizes you, or rather your psycho-emotional state, due to the problem at the time of testing. Decide on the color of your problem. I choose brown. I associate monetary difficulties with this color. You will have a color of your own. Just calm down. Formulate the question in your head. What color do I associate my problem with? And look at the color bar. The right color will catch your attention on its own. If you want to use a shade of color, use the shade scale. This is what a shade of brown looks like. This is what yellow looks like. And this is what blue looks like. If you don't have enough shades, you can use the standard color bar, which is a professional RGB light bar that designers use. Here you can choose any color and shade you want. I don't want to use shades, I chose brown. Choosing means simply clicking on the color you want, and then clicking on the color chart circle. That's all. We have finished the first step of the test, and the color chart wizard has moved on to the second step, as shown in the navigation bar. Read the hint for this step and do what the program recommends. My problem is monetary difficulties due to cutbacks at work. During the audit phase, I related my problem to a category such as money real estate. In my opinion, it best captures the essence of my problem, which is why it was ranked number 1 in the audit rating. Click on this category with your mouse. Clicking opens the wizard, which is also equipped with a system of short hints. In the first step of the wizard, we see a list of problems in this category. We study carefully and pick out what is close to our problem. I choose item 26 because I realize that it is the fear of losing money that is causing my problem, although I phrased it differently in the audit phase. The situation is starting to become clearer. I click on 26 and the wizard takes me to the next step. I read the prompt again. Everything is clear. I start reading the list of emotions and look for the main emotion I feel thinking about my problem. I realize that it is anger. I am very angry at my boss because I think this dismissal is unfair. I click on the anger and the wizard takes me to the next step. I read the hint again. Here I have to choose a color. I already did that in the first step and it's clear to me here too. I choose red and a shade of 80% and click OK. A window pops up where I have to confirm my choice. You can see that the first sector of the color chart is filled in. I can see all the inscriptions if I move my mouse over the inscription. It is also possible to edit the sector data by clicking on the pencil. Without my salary, paying the mortgage will become problematic for our family. I'm scared that we won't be able to pay the mortgage and we'll have our flat taken away. My husband, my child, and I could end up on the street. Of course, this is unlikely. My husband is still working, and I will probably find a job soon. But this fear is gnawing at me deep down inside, and I have to admit it to myself. That's why, for the second sector of the color chart, I again choose money real estate. Scrutinizing the list of problems in this category, my attention is drawn to item 25, loss of real estate. It clearly describes my fear. I select this item and move on to the next step. My emotions are best described by the category, fear of the future, which I choose, and it is 100% gray. I confirm my choice. I look at the psychological audit table. In third place are problems with my husband. Losing my job and a steady personal income, I think, will severely affect my relationship with my spouse. Without a salary, I will become dependent on him. I will not be able to afford impulsive spending on small feminine pleasures, for example, passing by a shop with a sale. I will no longer be able without remorse to go in and buy things I like. After all, I would have to take the money out of the family budget, which is already poor without my paycheck. I am afraid that my husband will judge me for it, though he may not say anything out loud. To fill in the three sectors, I choose the category, family marriage sex. In the menu that pops up, I find that 15, dependence on a partner, 58, not being independent, and 105, threatening my usual existence, are appropriate. My fears and concerns are reflected most in item 15. I click on it. My feelings are hard to define. I'm afraid of being dependent, but at the same time I'm angry. Why should I deny myself anything, and sad because I have to live like this anyway. After thinking about it, I conclude that I will feel like a trapped and unhappy victim of the situation. I choose trapped, which I associate with the color green, and I choose the intensity of 60%. I check that everything is correct and press confirm. The fourth place in my audit is the relationship with the child problem. My job has always been so busy with the child, and deep down inside I always feel a little guilty about not giving my daughter enough attention, and now I don't have any more time. Losing my job will affect my relationship with my child, and I only hope for the better. I select the category Children to fill in Sector 4 of the color chart. Select item 19. No time for the child. Choose Anticipation in the next menu. Color it yellow with maximum intensity. Confirming my choice. In 5th place in my audit is the relationship problem with my friends. They will ask questions about my job and I'm embarrassed to say I got fired. I think they'll think I'm worthless, even though they might not say so. I am used to feeling successful and I don't want to be pitied. I choose the category Communication to fill in Sector 5 of the color chart. The item that works best for me is 95, the need to be meaningful and respected. My feelings are best reflected by hurt, and I click on it. Choosing purple and an intensity of 80%. She is exactly that, dull and unpleasant. Confirming my choice. In 6th place in my audit are the problem of brightness and life satisfaction. With the loss of my job, a lot of the usual pleasures would have to be abandoned. Shopping and traveling would be unavailable. You will also have to be more frugal. To fill in the 6th sector of the color chart, I choose the brightness of life. Category. Item 55, I rarely travel, is ideal for me. Even now, when I think about it, I despair. How on earth could it be? I'm not going on my planned holiday this year, which is something I look forward to every year. Next, I choose Desperation, and pink up 60%. Money. It runs a red line through all areas of my life. I started with them, but I don't think I reflected my worries about them fully enough. I need to mark them in the next sector. I choose the category Money Real Estate for the 7th sector, then I choose the category Insufficient Income for the 16th sector, as the men's salary will not be enough for us. This causes me real horror. That's what I choose. It's 100% black. Now I am angry at the younger colleagues who were left instead of me, although they are nothing and are not particularly competent. I choose the category Myself and item 38, Anger, to fill sector 8. My indignation emotion clicks on it. It's a nasty lilac color, probably 90%. Confirming my choice. I'm out of sectors and my audit has 2 more items. To increase the number of sectors, I click on the plus at the bottom of the color circle. It should be noted that sectors are added and removed in pairs, which means I now have 2 new sectors. In the 9th point of the audit, I described the health problems I am having due to the difficulty with money. I am in a constant state of tension, in a situation of psycho-emotional stress. I have become more irritable. I can shout easily. I am sensitive and resentful. I can cry easily, even though I do not consider myself a weak woman. I have trouble sleeping and have stomach aches and pains. I choose the Health category to fill in sector 9 of the color chart. Here I fit items 53, Feelings of sickness, and 45, Threats to health security. I choose Feeling sick. And for the emotion, I choose Heartache. And the color of this pain is 100% blue. In the 10th point of the audit, I describe my stress caused by uncertainty about losing my job. I am looking for a job, but have not yet received a suitable offer. It is depressing for me. For the 10th sector of the color chart, I will choose Spirituality, Purpose in Life, which is where item 5, a high degree of uncertainty in life, comes to my attention, so I will choose it. I choose Anxiety as an emotion. The color is dark from RGB. Those are probably all my main experiences. I finished transferring the psychological audit of my problem to the scanner. In the window that appears, click on Finish Test. Now I define my perception of happiness. Just choose the right pictograph. My happiness is more about luck. I wish so much that I could get lucky and all these problems would somehow solve themselves. I press OK and wait for the deciphering of the test and the program's recommendations for solving the problem. And now I want to draw your attention to a very important nuance of making a color chart. Sometimes it happens that when transferring the data from a psychological audit in the program, a person cannot find a definition describing his situation. He is examining some categories of items and does not see the one he needs. In this case, you need to write a letter to the support service. In the letter, describe your problem. Specify the name you want to see in the category you need and the category itself. Usually, the support team will promptly make the necessary changes and inform you about them. This way you can complete the test correctly. Thank you for your attention.